Alrighty. So, Nikki in the house. What's up? What's up?
What's up?
Man, so this is an update. So you've been here now a month and
9 days.
9 days.
The 9th of June. I'm sorry, the 9th of July is when we moved here, and it's now the 18th of August. Augusto.
It seems like you just got here.
It really does.
Dang.
I mean, and I thought about that, like with this being like the 30-day or the 39-day anniversary of me being here, it's kind of like we almost back where I started from.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we right down the street from the park.
Yep.
Where we did the first video on the bench.
Exactly.
Probably about, 200 yards, 300 yards down the road.
Now, yep, from here, yep.
Wow, back in Central.
Amazing.
Man.
360.
So how you feeling? What's a month and 9 days, essentially almost a month and 2 weeks, a month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Still feeling excited, still loving Merida, any challenges, or how you feeling overall at this point right now?
I can't even hardly put it into words. It's more than what I expected. Like I've talked to some people and they're like, yeah, well, what's the bad part? And my answer is always like what you want it to be. If you're looking for a challenge, you'll find it. If you're looking for something to hold you back, you'll find it. But if you're not looking for it and you're looking for the good things, abundance of that can come too. And that's kind of what I've experienced. Is so much more than I thought. You move here for some reasons at the beginning, but the longer I stay here, the more benefits and the small things make a difference.
Okay.
The small things.
Wow.
Definitely.
So you're getting around. I've been, when I was on Facebook, I was, before they banned me, I was able to see posts and pictures that you posted. I see some stuff on your TikTok and whatnot. I see you going out, hanging out, going places, driving. In fact, you drove here.
I did.
And
I'm having a problem with this rental car. It's hard to get back, folks. Be careful.
It's hard to give up.
Once you start driving and you get independent in the city and you begin to find your way, you can venture out. It's hard to get that car back.
It's hard.
Yeah.
But you handling the roundabouts like a boss. Everybody.
Yeah, I got them roundabouts down now. Yes, sir.
She got them.
Yeah, they're easy now. Just pay attention to the road. I'm still struggling with the humps in the road because we don't have we have speed bumps, but not on the main street. So I'm still finding my way with the speed bumps. I have blown a couple, but for the most part, the car is still intact. So I'm all right. I didn't lose a hubcap like I've heard some stories.
Yeah.
So, it's all good. And just the independence, and I really like that of being able to see more of the city and just get on the street and ride it out and see what you see where it ends. And then it's not as much congestion to me.
Yeah.
As the U.S., the streets are smaller and it's a lot of back roads. They'll take you through. You don't have to drive on main thoroughways here. It's always a shortcut, a quick way to get around. So that's been great. They do drive crazy, y'all. I'm gonna tell you, the rules are no rules. Just drive like you want to drive. People make 3 lanes, 2 lanes, 4 lanes. They'll come around you, and you have to learn. I think in the States I had a lot more aggression on the road. Like I would really be, angry if people cut me off. But here I'm adapting to it.
Yeah.
It's just the way they drive.
Organized chaos.
We said that today. Organized chaos. Absolutely.
It's almost like them ants. You see the ants on the ground. They just go around. They go up. They go under. They go to the side.
Everywhere.
They keep moving.
But they keep moving.
They don't stop. They keep
Not
moving.
at all. And the traffic flows on those roundabouts instead of the lights at every corner. It keeps the traffic moving. It keeps it flowing. And these people be close calls. I mean, they don't hesitate. A lot of places I've lived, they hesitate on the gas. These people see an opening, boom, they gone.
Boom.
They do not hesitate. They roll.
Man, any interesting places you stopped at while in the car or anything
I
caught
have.
your attention?
My mother and I, we went out. We saw Monte Carlo, which was surprising. It's a rich neighborhood.
Yeah, the riches.
Ooh, it's nice out there. They got some. My mama call them palaces.
That describes.
That describes.
Yeah.
And I was saying like mansions, or she's like, no, that or castles. She's like, no, that's a palace. She saw one she wanted. I told her work on the money. Work on the money.
Yeah, we'll get it worked
But
out.
that conversion, you know, it might be a $10 million home out here, but that's only $550,000.
Wow.
So the conversion is beautiful, just in a lot of places available for renting, for owning, a lot of land. Talking to my friend of mine who was talking about you can buy property out here, get a lot for like $2,000. Just major opportunities. And talking with the locals. I've also made some friends on my street. I've met my neighbors.
Oh, really?
I met my neighbor. She cooks.
Ooh.
On Tuesday and Friday. She said I'll bring it right down. Maybe $7. She in there cooking rice and beans and refried beans and rice and chicken and tamales and all kind of stuff. So I'm looking forward to tasting her food.
Wow.
So yeah, just traveling and seeing the different Cartess talks about in his videos, y'all, about how each colonia has its own personality. And I'm telling you, that is a fact. You can go from one colonia to another and it's different stores, it's a different feel. The houses are made different colors. So I would encourage anybody that's looking to move out here to explore.
Yeah.
Explore, rent a car, get a driver. I prefer driving myself because I can pull over and stop and look. I'm on my own time. Learn to drive. Take somebody, let them roll with you. Teach you the roundabouts. Once you get it, you got it. And really seek out the different colonias in different parts of town. I mean, all the way out to Canacine and Oaxaca, I think it's pronounced, but it started with an XOA. You know, I'm supposed to go to Chelum, I believe.
Okay, Chelum,
this weekend.
You getting out and about.
Yeah, getting out and about. Join these groups, and that'll help you get exposed to people that are living in so many different parts of Merida. Many people I've met live in Las Americas. Chacul, is that how you pronounce it? Cholula. And Canacine. And all these different parts of Merida, and they're so distinctively different. They all have their own flavor and their own like little mini culture thing going on. It's all synonymous, but it's like a little flavor in each neighborhood. And it's been exciting.
Wow.
It's been exciting.
So what are some of these groups you mentioned? Do you remember the name of some of these groups? Are these on Facebook?
The Facebook groups.
Yeah.
There is you can find groups about finding houses in Merida, just real estate. They'll show you different properties. Of course, Brothers and Sisters of Merida is a very popular one. They have thousands of people there. I would just suggest you look up a group for you, get in it, look around. If you don't like it, exit and find another one. But it's a lot of them. Brothers and Sisters is the only one I'm in right now. They had the Black Family Reunion this weekend.
This weekend.
This weekend. I think it was today, if I'm not mistaken, and it's sold out.
Ooh.
They had the Black Family Reunion in Merida.
Wow.
Sold out.
Damn.
So we out here. Big time.
And that was the first group that I joined before I got here. When I got here, Brothers and Sisters of Merida, very resourceful, lots of information, a lot of people in the group that will help you. You can post questions as well as search. Make sure you use the search function, type in keywords, use the search function or hashtags to kind of find what you want. And pretty much, I'd imagine every topic
single thing
is there.
Yes, it is. A girl posted in that she was coming to Merida and did we want her to bring anything? I was surprised that not many people responded, but I did and told her to bring me some tea tree oil because I'm having, and Laurie's sea salt. But then I found out that Laurie's is sold here at one of the local stores.
Really?
I did, at the one I can't pronounce, CHDA.
Oh, Shadrawi.
They sell Laurie's there. So there are a lot of people who make runs back and forth. And as long as it's not something, not reasonable, as long as it's reasonable, they'll bring you back something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Cash App them or whatever, PayPal, and they'll bring back. So she came here, she called me, I met her, and picked up my tea tree oil. It was that easy. So these groups are very helpful. Like Cartess says, they're very resourceful.
Yeah.
And filling in the gaps, showing you where to go with to get simple things like, do you have water delivery service? Does anybody know an electrician? You know, and a lot of times they want to know what colonial you live in so that they can get you the right people. But these people travel. It doesn't matter. They'll connect you with the right people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you just got to use those resources, you know. There's
Don't be
always
afraid.
somebody coming from the States, whether they're coming to visit or coming to move permanently, check things out. You just got to utilize those resources. If you need to have something brought back and it's not here, use those resources. But you have to join groups to get access to that. And there's quite a few other groups as well. Just go on Facebook in the group sections, type in words like Merida, living in Merida.
Expats in Merida, that's a big one too.
Exactly, and they groups will show up, and then you just join them and participate, and you know, so
find the one that's right for you.
Find the
and
one that's
then
right
within
for you.
the groups, certain groups come from the group. So
absolutely,
you begin to meet people in the group, and you form a smaller knit group, and that's what's happened to me. We have a WhatsApp group. Cool Sisters of Merida, and we do a lot of things together, mainly eat, which is great. But we have some other things coming up, like the young ladies pop-up shop that she'll have, and she'll be selling our type of oils and things that we need for our hair and our skin. So shea butter, coconut oil, and things like that, which I'll be advertising on my YouTube channel. So if you're local and you want to go or connect with her, because she also has a business in the States. She's out of Texas, so she can ship to you in the States as well. And if you're here, you can come to the pop-up or contact her to get your shea butter, and things like that are not available in Merida or hard to find.
Perfect. I hadn't forgot about you. I'm supposed to interview you a couple of months ago.
Oh, Madonna.
I haven't forgot.
She'll be a good interview because she's actually here with her family, with her husband and her children, and they are living their best life, and they've connected with other families that are here.
Wow.
And that's what this group does, joining these certain groups. It'll connect you with like mind, like journey people. So if you got a husband or wife and it's a family of 4, you can connect with another family where you can join, take the kids out together, and they can form friendships with other local American kids or youth or kids from the States.
Listen to that wisdom. Now I've been here for about 14 months now, and some of this stuff I tend to forget, but she's been here a month and 9 days, and what she's saying, in fact, you gotta use what she's saying. What she's saying is solid gold.
Utilize it.
Rewind this piece back, write it down, what she just said. This is how you meet local people, local or other expats. This is how you connect your children with other children their age. This is how you meet people with similar interests, meet folks your age, and so on and so on. So rewind it back and just listen to what she said again.
Absolutely. Because they have a 20-year-old group. They have 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So connecting with, peers where you have the same interests, you want to do the same things, explore the city. I mean, young folks, y'all can stay out all night. Us older people, we got to turn it in. So it's important that you connect with, those like-minded people, like Journey, so you can get the full experience. Don't cheat yourself.
Absolutely.
Treat yourself.
I like that. Don't cheat yourself.
Treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
That's right.
That's a t-shirt.
Indeed.
I like it.
Yeah,
I
don't
like it.
shortchange yourself of a great experience. Don't let fear stop you. And once you get rolling, what's in motion stays in motion, right? So once you get rolling and you start meeting people, it's amazing how it spreads. You'll start meeting more and more people, and you just pick, you'll connect.
Yeah.
And you'll know who's right for you, you'll just connect. Don't let age either stop you, because I met some younger people that I connected with. Because we work the same jobs, we're from the same area in the U.S., we've had some of the same experiences. So don't limit yourself. Just try to be as open-minded as possible, I think.
That's the key, right?
Yeah, a lot of people come here with a lot of plans, and let me tell you, it's never going to plan. It's never going to go how you plan. You can
never.
But you plan not to plan. How about that? That's the best way to do it, because until you get here, you can't fathom. There's no way.
Yeah.
You have to come here to see it, to believe it.
So, a month and 9 days. What's the weather? How's the weather been for you? Have you been able to adapt to it? Is it as bad as people say? Is it something you just learned to kind of get along with? And right now, I'm cold.
Yeah, it's chilly. It's chilly. It's been I've definitely adjusted and adapted without question. When I came here, so everything here is Celsius instead of Fahrenheit when you do your AC. Yeah. So I had that puppy on like 1920, which is like 68, 65, 68 Fahrenheit, right? And as time has gone on, now I'm at like 26 Celsius, which is, you know, a big difference. Yeah. I'm up in the like 70s now. I'm 75, 78 Fahrenheit. And I've gotten to the point where I've turned it off in the daytime. I thought I could not live without AC. I was like, how am I going to make it without AC? I need AC in the bed with me. I can't. And I found out that I don't need it. And a lot of things are like that here. You find out you don't need what you think you need. You don't. It's minimal. You know, this place is about minimalism or minimal living. So you just don't need it. And so because we have high ceilings, and Cartess told me this. He said, this house you in, because you got high ceilings, is going to keep that heat up. Yeah. And where you at, it'll stay cool, and that is exactly what has happened. So I got my first electric bill, and I was scared because I heard stories about the thousands of dollars, and it was 984 pesos, roughly about $45.
45, yeah, about 45.
About $45, and that's for $2 months now, people. That's not for 1 month. That's for 2. So that covered from June, and I wasn't there. I came in July, but June through August. So I'll be seeing what my next bill will be in probably October. Okay. In October, November. But I'm okay with $45.
2 months.
2 months. And that's with running the fans all day, because I have ceiling fans in each room. So I keep those fans on 24 hours a day. AC comes on about 7 o'clock at night, and it's off in the morning about 7 8. So it runs for 12 hours straight. So the thing, like, y'all need to understand about the AC and why it's so high. In America, it regulates. So we have central air. So when it reaches a certain degree, it shuts off. And then when the house warms up to that degree, it turns back on. So it's not constantly on. The ACs here are individual units in each room. Yeah. Which is good, because if you're not in the room, you don't need to turn it on, which saves you money. But if you're in a room, it's going to stay on until you turn it off. And that's why the bill cycle can be a little bit higher. So I've learned to give it a break. Even in the day, if it gets warm, I'll turn it on for 20 minutes, let it run, and when I turn it off, it'll stay cool in that room for like 2 hours.
And the contrast, I live in a much more newer house, more modern, lower ceilings. And I got my bill, and my bill was 7,000 pesos, 7,300 pesos, I believe, which is roughly about $350 US.
Yeah.
And you know that's expensive. That's expensive. I got new units, but we're running that thing all day, and my bill is much higher. I keep hearing people talking about their $45 bill, their $90 bill, $100 bill. I'm like, why is mine high? But mine is significantly less from the other place, because my bill back then was running almost like 14,000 pesos, which is like 700 US dollars every 2 months. And I was like, I got to get out of this house. It was poorly built.
Yeah.
Florida ceiling windows. So the sun was beaming all the way.
That's right. I remember your video.
So it was like,
because you got that sombra put up outside, trying to decrease that heat.
Decrease it. And so then later on during the day, all the windows in the bedroom, floor to ceiling, but it was facing the opposite side. So by evening time, the sun is on the other side, beaming in through the rooms. And then we had all that concrete around my house.
Yep.
And that sun absorbs that heat into the concrete. So at nighttime, at 8, 9 o'clock, that heat is still there.
It releases it.
And we keeping that AC running. So little things, subtle things like that. So these older homes, They're built much differently, way taller ceilings. That's how you end up with a $45 bill every 2 months versus a $350 or a $700 bill. You know what I mean? It's little nuances like that.
And when you leave, turn that AC on.
Oh,
when you
definitely.
leave that house, you click it off. If you're not there, turn. You can keep your fans running. They don't take up a lot of electricity.
Yeah.
But I'm understanding that every chance you get, don't forget to turn that AC off when you leave. But like people, if you're working from home, just keep that in mind to keep a budget for the AC, or run it in the room that you're in and not the rest of the house. Turn it off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I buy one of them. I bought some floor fans.
Oh yeah.
And point that joker right in my face.
Right there.
You know what I'm saying?
And suck that cool air. Keep that cool air on you.
Exactly.
But I'm gonna tell you now, I'm finding out as these months are passing.
Yeah.
And you talk to me about this, how it will cool off.
Yeah.
So we're moving into September, and this is when it gets down to them good temperatures where you can turn that AC off and sleep good all night. You don't even need it on. So it kind of balances out, because even though you're paying this much, when it gets cooler, then your bills will go down significantly. Significantly.
Right now, I'm cold. It's chilly.
It's chilly.
It's nippy right now.
It is nippy.
We're sitting in the middle of a park. I'm gonna flip the camera around so y'all can see.
One second. It's beautiful out here.
So we are down at Central, sitting at the park, waterfall. So that's probably what you're hearing in the background, if you're hearing anything. And right over here, the big giant cathedral. That thing right there is absolutely gorgeous. There's a light inside where the little church bell is at right there in that little orange spot that you see there. They got benches all over this place in this immediate area for you to just walk and sit down, and people riding their bikes, walking their dogs. There was a lot more people here earlier, but the crowd is kind of starting to thin out a little bit. Restaurants all over there, restaurants along this side here, and behind us you might hear these people back here talking. There's a bunch of vendors, independent vendors selling all types of food there. There's a Chinese restaurant right over there. I mean,
beautiful.
Everything, absolutely gorgeous.
On a Thursday night.
On a Thursday night.
You know, the first night I got here was a Thursday night.
It was a Thursday night.
It was a Thursday night.
Wow. Oh, how's your mom adjusting?
Man, let me tell you. Mama living her best life, man. Straight facts. Mama is chilling.
She's straight chilling.
She thanks me almost every other day for bringing her here. It means so much to me, you know. And she's coming to some realizations herself about her mental health and her physical health. So, so this is the big thing. My mom's blood pressure has regulated, and she's off of all her blood pressure medication.
Damn.
We done been to the doctor, which I'll tell you about in a minute. But we went to the doctor. He looked at all the medication. She has one of the wrist blood pressure pump, electronic. So she takes it every morning religiously for years. For the last 30 days, it's been like 112 over 79, 118 over 75. So he said, we went to the doctor and her blood pressure was up a little bit because she was, anxiety, a new doctor. She was nervous. So he said, take one pill tonight before you go to bed. Let me know what happened. That joker went down to 95 over 59. He said, don't take it no more. Oh, man, don't take it no more.
Damn, how long has she been on blood pressure medicine?
Years. My mama had 6 strokes in 5 years.
Wow.
She recovered. She's bad. She's a bad woman. And ever since then, she's been on these various blood pressure medications. Now, she was on 3 medications. She had one for the blood pressure, one for the cholesterol that's connected to the blood pressure, one for keeping the arteries, pumping and stuff. They done took off all 3.
Good gracious.
She
a month and 9 days.
A month and 9 days. And the blood pressure done regulated. It's down. With no medication. That thing. Man, come on now. Y'all, come on. Where they do that at?
Where they do that? My.
So we saw the doctor. Let me tell you about this doctor experience. We made an appointment. I understand Cortez has spoken about this. The doctor will come to your house. He would come, he would bring his equipment, he would check you out as if you went to a doctor's office. But I had the rental car, and I wanted to drive over, and have that experience and get mom in the office. No waiting line. Ain't no waiting in the lobby till your name is called. You the only person there. It was us three in the office. He talked to us for an hour. $30.
And he taking time.
I don't even think it was 30. I think it was 20. Cartess.
I think it was 20.
It was $20.
Yeah, 400 pesos.
400 pesos.
Yeah.
It was $20. The man let me touch his money. He put the money in the thing, and I said, "Oh, the bills, those are new bills." He had all brand new, crisp Mexican bills. They came out with new bills this year.
Wow.
So he let me see the $1,000 bill, hold it in my hand, and look at it. And what doctor let you hold his money? And just so nice and follow up, and all her medication that she had to get prescriptions for over the counter. She can just go to the pharmacy and get all her medication or other medication. Only thing she needs she has epilepsy, so she needs the epilepsy medicine, but now she's only taking half a pill of that. And the seizures have stopped.
Good.
So this thing is bigger than I think any of us can really understand. We've talked about it's a vortex here, a healing vortex, that when you come here, things just happen to you. You go through a mental healing process, a physical healing process, emotional, social.
Oh, yeah.
Social. I got friends, y'all. I don't know how to act. Like, somebody ride to the store with me. I'm excited. And the quality of people here are very good, too. Some of us have frenemies, or people that we don't really trust, but we know them. We have history. But here I noticed that I'm meeting quality women, quality men, quality people. I think it's because we all have that same kind of mindset. Yeah. So it's a connection.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would say the folks that make this move and travel and live abroad, they different a whole. We different. Different fabric of people.
Absolutely.
Some will come and leave and never come. But the ones that stick around and stay along, we different. I mean, you got to be thinking like that.
I mean, crazy probably would be what they call us.
Absolutely.
Probably crazy. And I'm going to take that. If that can give me what y'all just seen with the water fountain, and we got kids out here at 10 o'clock at night playing. They living their best life, taking a selfie of their mom. Look, the baby's taking a selfie. He was about 4, and he done took a whole selfie of the parents. I mean, and the families come out. Today we went to eat, the mother, the grandmother, the baby. It's like a totally different vibe. You know what I mean? So it's been such a healing journey so far. I'm healing socially, physically. I'm losing a little weight. I'm happy about that. I won't lose life.
There you go.
My mama is doing well. I just never seen her so happy. She just wake up smiling. We both wake up, good morning. And I would say probably I moved from the U.S. from a state of doing to Merida with a state of being. Yeah. Where I can just be.
Ooh.
Instead of do all the time.
That makes a difference.
Gotta do this, gotta do that, gotta run here, gotta do this, gotta fight traffic, gotta pay the bills. Bills are stressful. I told y'all in the other video, rent is stressful. Yeah. It is. And carrying families and doing, it's, like everyday life becomes a hassle. And that's where you get all these illnesses from, I think.
I agree.
And the food.
I agree.
That gut health is important because it's connected. Your brain, your stomach has a brain too. So you need gut health to go along with your mental clarity. And a lot of people are cloudy.
Wow. Yeah, I agree to everything. I mean, in the 14 months that I've been here, like you were saying, you go from doing to being. I didn't realize how hard and how much I worked. Even though it was my own business in the States, I worked like an animal, constantly on the go, constantly having to do this, having to do that to make the money. Now that I'm here, because I don't have to earn as much, I don't have to do as much, I can just be at peace. I don't have to do nothing. I can just sit still. I can be still. And really be still.
Exactly.
And do things we went to the movies again the other night, the girls and I, and they wanted to see Bullet Train.
Okay.
And we went to a late night show. It cost a little more at night, but I think it was like $9 for all three of us.
Wow.
We bought some popcorn, 2 hot dogs, and I mean, we came with sodas and nachos, and I mean, we came out of there under $30, probably $25 for all.
For three people,
for all of that. And eating all that, the candy and all of that.
Wow.
And you can actually afford to have a life. You can actually afford to live without breaking your bank, breaking your back. I was looking at my bills, and this is outside of the mini hospital visit, but I was looking at my expenses, just trying to get on the budget and whatnot, and I was just shocked to realize that it don't even, and it's 4 of us, it don't cost us more than $1,500 a month to live here, and that's
for 4 people.
For 4 people, and that's covering my rent, the Uber rides, and it doesn't. I didn't factor in all the times we ate out, because some of it we have eaten out ridiculously a large amount of time. But
they're watching on that. Y'all gonna eat out a lot. Yeah,
so we finally cut that out. But when I looked at my main expenses and everything, I realized we could live very well on $1,500 a month and still go out to eat on a few times out the month within that $1,500, and go to a movie or 2 each month on that 4 of us. And then I even look deeper to try and figure out how I can cut that down even more. And I realized I could. I was like, okay, because I noticed a major thing. I buy 90% of my food now from the market. And that has significantly cut my expenses down, because we were going to the grocery store, Soriana, Chedraui. That stuff was expensive. But now we go to the local market, get our fruits and vegetables and all of our seasonings. It's super affordable. I started looking, because my lease will be up in November. I'm like, okay, I'm paying about $600 a month, a little less. And I'm looking at, man, if I can find a house for $500, I'm like, I can cut it.
Cut some more.
Because I do have some goals. I've gotten off track, but I'm trying to get back on track. But as I was looking at those expenses, I'm like, you can afford to have a life without breaking your back, working like a Hebrew slave,
and just work is all you do.
All you do.
Work, go home, go to work, come home, go to sleep. Get up, go to work, come home, go to sleep. The loop.
Don't have to do that here at all. Even if you found a remote job online, just making $15 an hour.
You balling with $15 an hour.
Because that's what, $600 a week, $2,400 a month. And you live right. You can go out and have, we went to the cenotes, and it was like, I can't remember what the price was, 50 pesos, $2.50. You can afford to do that without going broke.
Breaking the bank.
You know what I'm saying? Water parks out here, super affordable. Joining the gym, doing whatever it is you want to do.
Taking these classes. Yeah, like painting, and they got everything, archery, things you've never even done before that in the States is not even an option, because you can't afford it. You don't even look at it. You don't even consider it.
Don't even consider it. Culinary art school. I met a guy talking about it was less than, I think he was like under $1,000 US for him to go to culinary art school for like 2 years.
Under $1,000.
You know what I mean? I'm like,
under $1,000.
I'm like, what?
Unheard of.
And he wants to be a pastry chef. And I'm like, my mind just blown, and
wow.
So
I've heard that about the schooling out here being very affordable.
Crazy.
Like degrees for like a couple $1,000s.
Exactly. It's crazy. You can afford to just be.
Just to be.
And I like coming out here, sitting at parks like this, and just sit here.
Yeah.
And do absolutely nothing but just sit here.
And just watch people ride by, walk by, and just enjoy yourself. I'm gonna tell you, One thing that I really would say about Meridians, if I'm saying that right, people from Merida, they have definitely got this thing with balance, life balance.
Oh yeah.
They work hard, they eat good,
Yeah.
they party.
And they party.
They don't play around. I'm
And
gonna tell you,
they rest.
They rest. Sunday, everything's closed. They work 6 days a week here instead of 5. So Saturday you can go out, you still go to the bank, you can still go get your business done. They work. Restaurants, everything's open. People are working. Sunday mostly they shut it down.
Oh yeah.
And I like that because unlike the U.S. where it's 24 hours a day, every day, nobody gets a break. We short staffed, but we still open, but you gotta wait. Here they shut it down. They go home. Maybe they with their families.
And family is big. If somebody's supposed to come to your house to do some work, and if their kid birthday, they ain't coming.
They ain't coming.
If it's their cousin birthday,
They ain't coming.
they ain't coming. If it's
They ain't
their
coming.
second aunt birthday,
They ain't coming.
They take that family thing
Seriously.
dead serious. They ain't showing up no matter what they told you. They might have forgot the birthday was that day
Exactly.
when they set the appointment.
Exactly.
They ain't showing up. They ain't gonna call you and tell you they ain't come. They just ain't showing up.
You'll find out when you don't see them. That's how you know. You'll be like, I don't think they coming today.
Yeah,
Well,
let me text
it's
them. I ain't heard
11 p.m. They ain't gonna come. I guess they ain't coming. Go to bed.
Go to bed and hope he show up tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? It's real like that.
Yeah, that's an adjustment. Like, that's an adjustment. Because I had a gardener was supposed to come on Wednesday. He came on Thursday of the next week. A whole nother week. I said, maybe it was Wednesday or next week. And did not. It was no call. I'm sorry, I didn't make it. Or I'm coming. I just woke up and he was in my yard. I was like, he here. I'm happy. Yeah, so that's an adjustment. Like, don't. If you don't do it, y'all, just don't do it. Don't expect these people to come when they say they're gonna come. You know, just leave it alone and just wait for them. Don't stress.
Yeah.
The favorite saying in Mexico is tranquilo.
Yep.
Tranquilo. Chill out.
Chill out.
Relax.
Calm your
Calm
ass
down. We be there when we get there.
Yeah.
In the meantime, don't stop what you doing.
Exactly.
Don't sit at home and wait on them. Go on and go to the store, get you a burger, go downtown, make your errands. Do not sit and wait on them. You'll waste your day.
Yeah. Be mad at yourself for wasting your day.
I was surprised because Gardner said they'd be there at 8 and showed up at 8 a.m.
Showed up at the
It was
tree.
just a week later. It was still 8 a.m., but it was 8 days later at 8 a.m. I said, we doing good.
Real good.
Yeah,
real good.
and they did a good job. They did a good job. Now, the quality of work, just because there may be a little bit of a CPT going on, still the quality of work that you receive is outstanding.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they really have a lot of dignity and integrity in no matter what they do. If it's picking up your trash, they're going to be the best trash picker-uppers. If you at the restaurant, out nice, outfits, pressed, no stains. Their presentation is impeccable, and they will take care of you.
And they want to, if you got the paper from your straw at the restaurant,
You
put
can't
it on the
even
table.
put it down. They take it right when it's going down. Thank you.
Thank you. There's no trash, no napkin that you done use.
Soon as you put the napkin down, they come and pick it up. It could be, you could have blew your nose. They don't care. They just ball it up and take it right on.
There ain't gonna be no trash on your table. They gonna get that water up. They if your can is empty, they gonna take that can.
They gonna take the can, ask you if you want another one.
If you want to, they take serious pride in
their work. On all levels, no matter what it is.
My.
That's been a breath of fresh air. To be around people with dignity and, great customer service and, like their response to you is not with an attitude. America, y'all know when we go to the DMV what happens. Y'all already know. You be like, I just got here. Why you mad at me? So not having to deal with, and I understand it because they're stressed too. They're overworked and underpaid too.
Yeah.
So it's twofold. It's a lot of layers to things going on in the U.S. And I'm able to see, both sides. But however, that decreases your quality of life because it stresses you out. Because they're stressed out, so we transferring energy back and forth to each other. Where here is none of that. It's like none of it. Everybody likes what they do. They take pride in it, no matter how much money they make.
Yeah.
We make an extra effort as U.S. citizens to make sure you tip correctly, because these people do not make a lot of money, but they give you the best service, no matter what.
Wow.
No matter what.
What? So as Niki said, some of your expectations are going to have to change when you get here. Folks ain't going to show up. They ain't going to be late. They ain't going to communicate and call. And if you got a problem with that, it may not be the best place for you. But do understand, it going down like that.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
And you'll have to adjust. They're not going to adjust.
Yeah. More, and it's going to happen more often than not.
Right.
So
it's just a part of the program.
Have that in your head. So if that is an issue for you, and I can understand how it can be, because I got frustrated so much in the beginning, and I had to decide. I was like, okay, I'm either gonna be mad and frustrated and pissed off, or I could just let it go and just deal with it and go with it. You know, like you said, when they tell me they're gonna be here at 8, if I'm doing something, I ain't rushing my behind home.
Nope.
I'll get home when I get home.
Exactly.
And I ain't going out my way. And then normally, if they do show up, they'll call me on my phone, say, hey, I'm here, and I'll say I'll be there in 20 minutes, and then I'll come. But nobody's ever had a problem with it, because
I think it's on both sides, right?
Exactly.
So even if they late, you late, it's still not a problem. I'm not home right now. Okay.
Exactly.
So, definitely, it goes both ways.
So join them. Don't get mad.
Yeah, don't fight them. Join them.
Join them. Exactly.
You do it too.
Exactly.
You do it too. Speaking of, I want to say y'all had my first Amazon delivery.
How did that work out? Because folks be asking about that Amazon.
That Amazon, man, they found my house, man. They found my house. I had the address in wrong and everything. I got to go back and fix that, but I ordered on Thursday.
Okay.
It was scheduled for delivery for Tuesday, but it came on Monday.
Wow.
And they texted me and told me they were at my house. Then they texted me again and said it's been delivered, because my mother was there to receive the package. So the thing about Amazon here is they're not leaving it at your door. They don't leave it. That hasn't been the experience. From my understanding, they have to deliver it to a person, because they get paid on each delivery.
Okay.
So they get paid. They only get paid if they give you your package. I like that because it cuts down on, not that you have to worry about it here, but stealing. A lot of people have packages left at the door and it disappears.
Taking your stuff.
Exactly. But that's something that you wouldn't have to deal with here, because they're going to text you if you're not home and say, I'm trying to deliver your package. Where are you, or when you want me to come back? And you can communicate directly with the driver on text message. That's crazy. In the U.S., customer service, that's it, and they'll get a message to whoever, but it never happens. But here you can talk directly to the driver that has your package.
Damn.
And tell them I'll be home in 30 minutes, and they'll come back.
God.
Come on, Amazon.
So when you was on the Amazon site, was it U.S. Amazon or Mexico Amazon? And
I went through U.S. They had a lot. Now, this is what I learned. I'm glad you said that. I was on America Amazon. I never switched over to Mexico. I did it through my regular account. I just put in my address.
Okay.
It verified the address. Boom. I had to pay an import tax.
Okay.
That's the thing. So if you go through Amazon America, you have to pay this import tax. It was like $7, I think. Okay. $7.20, which is, quite a bit of tax. I went on Amazon Mexico afterwards to see the difference. Had a $2 discount coupon for the same thing.
Damn.
On the Mexico. So I should have done it through there, but got a discount, and I wouldn't have had to pay the import tax, because it would be coming directly from Mexico.
Wow.
So use Amazon Mexico.
My good
Make
tip.
sure you use that. Use Amazon Mexico. You don't have to sign up. Just go to your settings and change your country to Mexico, and it'll refresh, and everything Mexico will come up. But it will be in Spanish. You can't convert it to English. but you can do your translate or look at the pictures and know what you want.
There you
Or
go.
save it to your basket and go back and get it at Amazon Mexico too. I think that will work. But I can't stress enough, don't use just regular Amazon.com. Use that Amazon Mexico.
There you
Get
go.
them deals. They got discounts and deals and stuff that it may not be an American brand, but it'll be the same thing, locally.
There you go.
Yep.
Perfect.
But that package came. That's a good thing and a bad thing, because now I'm like, okay, I can order from Amazon. And the funny thing is, I start to think about all the stuff that I left in America and how I could replace it. I'm like, oh yeah, I meant to bring that. Oh, I had to sell that. I could reorder. Then I found out I didn't need it. Minimalism.
I love it.
So even if I can replace them, I don't want to replace them. I don't need it.
There you go. So we went to the market. What was your experience like?
The open market?
Yeah. What, did we go to one by your house?
Yeah, we went to the one at Chaburna.
some seasonings
That's my
and stuff.
neighborhood. Oh yeah. See, this thing was. I've never been to something. I've been to like American flea markets or something like this, but y'all need to understand they killed the chicken yesterday, and you eating it today. It don't get no fresher than that. I've talked about Yum Company. You look it up. It's out there, Yums, and they're the ones that are in charge of the meat that comes to America. So it's in China. So they killing the chickens in China and shipping it to you in America, and that takes like a month, 3 weeks to get from China to the store.
Wait, so they ordering chicken? So U.S. stores, restaurant is buying chicken from China.
From China,
and
from
they have
Yums.
to ship it on a damn boat for 3 weeks to a month.
To bring it over to the U.S.
Yeah.
And that's before it even get to the store where they wrap it and put it on the, present it to you and put it on the shelf.
Damn.
Yums does KFC.
Yeah, I do remember that Yum brand.
Yep, Yum. If you look it up and you can see, look it up for yourself, folks. Do not take my word for it. Look it up. Yums does KFC. I think Churches.
Damn.
Most of the places, fast food places that have chicken, it comes from Yums. And it's coming from a boat from China.
I'm trying to process in my brain the finances behind how that's affordable to order it from China,
Getting it cheap.
and putting it on a big boat
To
for
pay
a
for that.
month. God, that chicken ain't no good.
It ain't no good. And if they got a special on how they use meat glue. Y'all got to look up the meat glue. Where they taking pieces of chicken and gluing it together. It's real, folks. It's real out there. And I'm going to tell you, that meat and all of that is messing up your physical body, high blood pressure, diabetes, all kind of shit. And then your brain. You eating this food and it's all connected. It's not separate. We all a total being. You know what I mean? And it's affecting people on so many levels. I was talking to a friend of mine last night. And he talked about, he's been working in the, shout out dog, been working in the school system for 17 years. And he said, Nikki, what they feed these children should be against the law.
God.
He said you wouldn't believe it. See, we as a Gen X, I grew up in school we had the cooks with the net on their hair.
Yeah.
And the plastic thing. And they was back there stirring potatoes.
Yeah.
And making green beans. And cooking chicken. That's no more. He said everything is prepackaged.
God.
And that's why Michelle Obama pushed so hard. Remember she had that school lunch initiative to get vegetables and fruit into the schools. He said he loved that so much when he did that, because he said for years he's been watching them feed children processed, prepackaged food and just rewarming up breaded chicken fingers. And it's like, and now the kids have allergies.
Yeah.
They suffering at 5 years old from diabetes.
God.
And high blood pressure at 6 and 7 years old because the food in the schools are horrible. Now that's straight from the mouth of the man who see it every day.
God. I mean, that's
deep.
That's and we supposed to be first world country.
I'm still looking for the third world around here. I done passed the Carl's Jr. and Domino's. Everything that's in the States is here. All American brands are here. Matter of fact, it's brands here that weren't in Maryland. Like, we didn't have no Carl's Jr. And I'm going to tell you something else about the fast food place. The food tastes different.
Yeah.
Like Cartess was like, try Domino's, because it don't taste like American Domino's pizza.
Yeah.
And I tried it, and it don't. The ingredients are local, not packaged and delivered. So I stress this food thing a lot because it's so much related to our ailments and our mental clarity and things like that. And it's just, the food in America is horrible. And they buying up these farms. Y'all know about it. Y'all seen it. If you haven't looked it up, the gatekeepers are buying up these farms, and they're putting these GMO seeds in the ground. Because my thing is like, what good does it do to be vegetarian or vegan if you eating GMO fruit and vegetables?
Yeah.
You talking about growing your own garden, but it's with GMO seeds. So you still getting your watermelons with no seeds, your fruit and vegetables with no seeds. It's laboratory made. Everything. Whereas here, the man on the corner has a farm. They got a slaughterhouse, a pig slaughterhouse there in Canacine, I think it is. They have that pig slaughterhouse. So, and I think Robert talked about how he got a rack of ribs. The man had the pig head sitting on the steak, and he was in there cutting ribs. He got a whole slab of ribs for, what was it, like $5-7?
Some insane price.
A whole slab of fresh ribs. The thing was, if you're gonna eat meat, at least eat, like good meat, healthy meat. So it's killed yesterday, it's on your plate today. Opposed coming from China for 2 weeks and they gluing it back together. They take these steaks and they put them in blood and wrap them up to make them look like they fresh. They be dipping them in blood.
Damn.
And beet juice, because it's red.
That's what they be doing?
That's what they be doing. I didn't look at it. I saw it on the documentary. That's what they doing in these supermarkets.
We a first world scam.
Basically. And then gonna charge you $14, $15 for some, not only is it bad, but I'm gonna charge you for the bad $25 for 3 chicken wings that come from Yums from a month ago. You know what I'm saying? It's insult to injury. Wow. And it puts you in such a pickle, because what else are you as a U.S. citizen supposed to do? I mean, where you supposed to get it from? I now understand when you come through customs why they take the fruit. I was like, why they do that? Because you ain't bringing your GMO fruit over here. We got seeds. Yep. They take it. Poison. They will take fruit right out of, when you come through the airport. If you got fruit, they taking it and throwing it in the garbage. Damn. That's what we messing with over here. So that quality of food, I've talked about it before. I know it's TMI, but my bowels is good. And that's, if you in the U.S., you know how you feel bloated and like stuffed, and the carbs, and you fall right to sleep instead of walking or something like that because you can't. And here it's the total polar opposite. That open market, went down there, they selling this chicken. They'll cut it up for you. They'll package it for you. We got my spices and my herbs from there. They have fruit, fresh fruit, and everything at this open air market. You got to get there early because they sell out quick. But they got the steaks. They got all this fresh stuff. Don't go to the market. Go to the open air market. Don't go to the supermarket. And affordable prices.
Wow. Y'all hearing it? This is a month and 9 days. She getting assimilating into the local community, doing the things, going to places where the locals go. And she right, the food is night and day. The quality of the meats is night and day. The fruits got seeds in it. The vegetables are fresh and plumped and hydrated very well. The taste is night and day.
It is.
Don't taste anything like the stuff back in the States.
And instead of what they do in the States, they use a lot of seasoned salt.
Yeah.
It's all about seasoned salts. And here they use spices.
Yep. And my daughter, she was like, Daddy, I want to get some hot sauce or something like that. And I was like, just buy some of these fresh habanero, the little tiny little peppers. And because it was so fresh and it's so affordable, that'll add the heat to it. You know what I mean? And I'm like, and she tried it and was super happy,
Good.
But yeah, like she was saying, we're not all that salt we get back in the States.
That's the high blood pressure. Them the frozen dinners. My mom used to eat a lot of frozen dinners, which I think really probably absolutely added to the high because the sodium in them. I picked up frozen dinners out of the freezer section at the supermarket, 1,000 milligrams, of sodium. Easy in these frozen dinners and stuff. Pardon me. You go to the market here, no frozen dinners. Zero. You're not going to find no Marie calendars, no lean cuisine. You know what I'm saying? It's not here.
Wow.
The best you'll find is like Tyson nuggets or chicken wings or something like that in a bag.
Yeah.
But those individually packaged dinners with them 1,000 milligrams of sodium, none in any grocery store. So my mom has been forced to eat the good food, and because of that, the pressure has went down.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Wow. So your YouTube channel.
Yes.
My daughter Haley set her up.
Thank you, Haley Bug.
What's your channel name? I'm gonna put it in the description, and so under the description, under the video, there's a link there to go to her channel. What's the channel name? What is it about? And share whatever you like about it.
Well, first I'm gonna say I didn't never mean to be in front of camera. This is his fault. It's his fault. I'm a behind the scene girl, but I see a need and I'm gonna step up. So my channel is Tia Niki in the letter N Merida. Very easy. Tia Tia Niki Niki in Merida. And so that's my YouTube. I'm also on Instagram and TikTok. So I only have one introduction video right now because I'm working on some material. I'm going to be interviewing this guy because he's always on this side of the camera, so we're going to flip the script. And so my YouTube channel is about my journey. Everything that I learned, everything, that I experienced, I intend on sharing. The new things, the nuances, the little bitty things that some people may have missed is where I'll come in and fill in some of the gaps. And just show my journey, and everything that I may encounter, the ups and downs and the maybes. Wow. The yes, the no's, the maybes, and the in-betweens.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Folks have been asking for your channel.
I like it. Thank you. Somebody said, so Tia means auntie. And in the comments on your video, somebody it was like, whoever you are, I saw that. And you were like, you should name your channel Auntie Niki. So I took your advice, and so it's Auntie Niki, which is Tia Niki in Merida. So thank you for that suggestion. I took you up on it. I appreciate it. And I know y'all been wanting the channel, so I finally did it with the help of this guy. Yeah.
My. I mean, just in the last month and 9 days, just seeing your transformation has been incredible.
Long way.
It's still hard to believe that it's been a month and 9 days. I can't believe it either. And you're taking this with ease and in stride. Nothing that's getting you down. You're moving forward. You figuring things out on your own. You had a big tree that the gardener cut down, and the trash folk didn't pick it up. You hopped in the car and drove to the trash department. Talk about that a little bit, because my Spanish ain't strong enough to go up in there and start hooping and hollering again. No, not that you. I don't know if you hooped and hollering.
No, I didn't have to do that here.
It's the fact that you did it. You know what I mean? That says a lot. I mean, you must feel very comfortable going up there. Just share that a little bit with your experience.
I want to give a shout out to my translator, my homeboy, because he's like, put me on speaker and I'll talk for you. And so that helped me actually do it. Right, I was going to go anyway, but that helped me to communicate. So what happened was, like Cortez says, the gardener came, the one that came a week and 1 day later, and we had a tree that was rotting. So he removed the tree. My landlord, shout out to her, she's a great landlady, had it cut down and everything. She paid for it to get down, but when he finished, he put it outside my gate. And it sat there day after day. The police came and the trash man came and left and never took it. So I'm like, what's up? She's like, you just have to tip them to take it. So I'm like, well, where are they? So we had scheduled for them to come 10 o'clock the next morning. They ended up coming at 5:20 a.m., so I missed them. So I'm like, well, what do we need to do to remove the tree? Because now it's been here a week. And it's an eyesore, and it's been raining, so bugs could come, and they can come in my house. I'm thinking about all of these things. So I said, what's the name of the trash pickup people? She gave me the name, so I went on Google. Because I said, can we call them? She was moving too slow, y'all. I'm independent. I ain't got time for this. I'm like, let's get it done, right? So I get him to call. They were open. I got in the car because I had the rental car. Hard to give it up. And went up there. Beautiful office in Los Americas. I almost passed it because I'm looking for like a trash.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the trash dumpster. Honey, they had the marble and the glass door. I said, oh. This is Basura. Okay. I walked in. A nice gentleman came to the front day. My translator was on the phone. So they had a conversation. And he explained to me if it's not in a bag, and y'all need to know this, if it's not in a bag in Merida, they ain't picking it up.
No.
It's got to fit in a bag. Cortez, you talked about that pizza box.
Yeah. I put my pizza box on top of my trash can. It be there when they take when I come back the next morning, the trash is gone, but my pizza box still there.
It wasn't in the bag. You got to put that box in the bag.
Gotta put it in the bag.
You gotta put it in the bag. So this big tree is sitting out there that can't fit in the bag. So I went on down there and talked to the man, and I said, well, how do I get it removed? He said, go on Facebook Marketplace and look for somebody who removes trash, because we're not coming to get it. I had my friend and I looked that up, found somebody that came and picked it up that night. Now, I was not happy about this 1,000 pesos that I had to pay for them to get it, but I was glad they came and got it. But I'm going to tell you the quality of this pickup, y'all. They was the whole family. When we talk about family oriented, it's for real. He was there with his wife. It was the man, his wife, and the 2 kids. A little bitty kid, 4 years old. One looked about 12. He helped his father. They gathered up all the trash. She asked me, do you have a broom? Got the broom for her. They done swept it up, put the trash in the bag, and it was like it never happened.
Damn.
So it was worth the money to do it, and I talked to my landlord, and she'll take it out of my rent.
Wow.
So it was a win-win. It was frustrating. I will say that. It was frustrating at the beginning, trying to get the help from her till I decided to do it myself. So know you're capable out here. You don't lose your independence just because you're in another country. If anything, it's time for you to usurp it, to use your independence, because I know moving to another country can seem intimidating. So you got to jump. Y'all know always to talk about your fears and just go towards them.
Yeah.
Just jump out there and you'll be surprised. And the next time you do it, it won't be that hard. It'll become easier and easier. So I arranged that. They come pick it up. They drove off into the sunset. And they said, if you ever need anything else in the future, let us know. The reason it was so high, they had to come from Canacine, too.
Which is about 30 minutes away.
About 30, 35 minutes away, right? So they did that drive and everything. If I had to pay a finder's fee, that's okay with me, because they came and they did quality work. They got it done. They got it up out of there. And then I was reimbursed on the back end. So that may be a challenge you may run into, and I didn't really know what to do to get it removed, but I found my way by asking questions. Don't be scared to ask questions. Get you a local person who speaks the language. Become friends with locals as well as expats. Don't limit yourself to just expats, because these people are so friendly and so helpful. All you have to do is ask.
That's it. Literally. And just so you know, 1,000 pesos is about $50 US. And
it was $47.90 that day because of the rate exchange.
So $47.90, and the landlord, I think you find some great landlords out here and you find some horrible ones.
Yep.
So this landlord would take it out the rent when you pay the rent.
Yeah.
And so like she said, it's a win-win. And one thing I like what Niki said was, you don't lose your independence when you get out here. You do lose your independence if you don't
act on it. Yeah, if you just stay dormant and isolated, then you'll be dormant and isolated.
You'll be dormant and isolated.
You gotta jump out there, and take your time now. Don't just
Yeah.
But pace yourself. Everybody, their own rating date. We all mature with our own rating date. We move with our own rating date. So take your time, plant your feet, and then start to take those small steps. My mom, she's nervous about interacting.
Yeah.
Cortez has plenty of videos on about when he first got here and speaking the language and how, how he felt about it. And so it's normal.
Yeah.
But it can be overcome.
Oh yeah, and the sooner
Absolutely.
you do it, the better your confidence will get, and you'll start to realize it's not as bad as you think. Because
Not at
like she said,
all.
the people are so friendly. They go out of their way to try and assist, try to help. So don't be intimidated by the language barrier. Just try and get out there and do it.
Yeah.
You get out there and do it. I've started working on my Spanish intentionally. I've been intentional about learning because I'm ready now
To learn it.
to learn it. I want my experience to be significantly better, and I know it can. You know, let me tell you, I'm totally comfortable being here, not knowing the language.
Me too.
I don't feel like I'm missing out on much of anything, but I do know the quality of the experience can drastically improve once we learn their language, and I'm on a fast track to do that. You know, so I do want to emphasize I feel 100% that I'm able to do any and everything I want as I am now. What about you?
I feel the same way. I mean, it's been amazing, and I understand a little bit more. They talk really fast, see,
Oh,
right?
my God.
And they be it's crazy. So you have to listen, and if you listen, you can figure out what they're talking about.
Yeah.
It's key words in there that you can put it together and understand. And they're very patient in dealing with you. And use your translator. Speaking of that Spanish, also on my channel, I'm going to be doing Spanish classes.
Awesome.
I got y'all. I'm gonna put that in there. So people who are preparing to come here, I'm thinking I don't have it all planned out completely, but I'm looking at something like a few lessons online, and then we'll have a private Zoom where you can pay something like $5, completely cheap, to be one-on-one where you can ask questions and actually interact versus looking at a screen and just looking at people practice amongst themselves. I want to make it interactive where you can repeat those words and learn the phrases. My favorite is food.
Yeah.
Because every day you go get food. So I know what camarón is because that's shrimp and I love them. I know that. Pechuga, pollo, that's the breast, the chicken breast. So things that you know you say a lot, phrases that you know you'll use a lot, like I need help or call a cab or things like that'll be quicker to pick up. So we'll start small on my channel, and I'm looking at every third Thursday of the month to do an online Zoom class. So the people, you guys that are in the state and interested in coming here can start to learn now.
I love it.
Before you come. So that'll help you feel more confident. When you get here, like if you get off the plane, you can ask a question.
Exactly.
If you're alone, you don't need somebody, a translator there, because you'll be able to do it yourself. So that's one of my goals with my channel is to open up. I have many, but that's one of them, to open it up to teach that Spanish classes, teach those phrases every day or every other day that I do videos. Just a small caption. The word for the day is naranja, which means orange. Naranja. And I will ask you all to repeat it, and that's your word for the day until we can get up to doing those classes every third Thursday, because that's easy to remember, third Thursday of the month. And I will give you all a Zoom, make your payment small, just donation payment, because we got to pay the translator, let's be fair, for giving us his time to help us learn these phrases and things. And then when you get here, instead of being on Zoom, you'll be able to come to my house and actually be there in person for the Spanish class.
I like that, and the big benefit to that is the translator that she'll be using. I'm assuming, I met him, he's Mexican. You get to hear him say these words in his native tongue, because a lot of times those apps that you get online, the Spanish may not be Mexico Spanish.
Right.
And particularly he's from this region of Mexico. And when you can hear him say it, because the stuff that you learn online, they be saying it slow, they be taking their time, and they make it sound pretty. But when the locals talk it, everything you learned online and in school, drastically it goes out the window. You ain't understanding what they saying.
And they do have a slang Mexican word that they would use in a place or something that you may have learned online.
Exactly.
Like we don't say it, we say it this way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you get to hear him say it, and so by the time you get here, and when you hear these folks talk, you ain't gonna be in this shock Like, I don't understand. I thought I practiced on Duolingo. I thought, what? He don't sound like the
That
app.
don't sound like the app.
Yeah.
I don't know that word because the accent.
Exactly.
Remember what you said about that word that you kept saying over and over again?
Exactly.
But the accent was in the wrong place, so he was sitting there saying the man act like he don't understand.
And he really don't. He really didn't understand.
He didn't understand because that accent was in the wrong place.
Exactly.
Like
exactly.
that's like a real big thing here, like in male and masculine and feminine. You know, amiga versus amigo.
Yeah.
And they'll correct you out of here with kindness.
With kindness.
Absolutely. And they're very big about learning English here. They love English. I've heard so many locals say, I need to learn English. I said, but we in Mexico.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's the opposite of the U.S. where they tell them learn a language. Here they want to learn in their own country.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you know, and the guy who will be doing, I got two. I got a female, and I got the guy that I met another chick.
I love it.
Who wants to do the classes as well when he's not available if we want to switch it up. And he used to live in California, so he speaks English, you know, fluently.
I love it.
His English is not broken, so you'll be able to understand the English that he's speaking in the classes as you learn the Spanish that he's offering. So it's gonna be big. It's gonna be good. Y'all will like it a lot, and it'll prepare you for your visit. You won't feel, you know, like a foreigner so much.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And I like how a month and 9 days, and she already has plans. A vision.
You said come in with a plan.
I said, hey, you know what? She showed up with a plan.
I got several plans.
And
have more than one.
Yeah. I'm just amazed. I'm just listening to it. I'm like, people come down here and make all kinds of excuses about what they can't do or how the system is against them. Not this system per se, but oftentimes it's our own self. We're blocking our own success, blocking our own blessings. The enemy within, not some enemy outside. She down here setting up Spanish classes, you know what I mean? And I've got two local translators out here that's excited to be part of the program. And you're gonna learn some Spanish Mexican Spanish before you arrive, because she's taking the initiative to put this together.
That's right.
There's opportunities out here. I tell folks oftentimes, sometimes you just got to show up and the opportunities will present themselves. You will never know what the opportunities are until you get here. You got to come, have an open mind. You will see some needs. And she saw a need, and not just a need, but several needs. Like she said, she's going to be rolling out a variety of things. And she's going to make it work, you know. So the opportunities are here for you. And you just got to take advantage of them.
Speaking of opportunities,
I
want to send a shout out to people out there that know how to braid hair. I've seen there is a market for traveling locticians. It's people, y'all, that's coming from the States. They're taking a couple $100 and they're coming down here, they setting up shop. And they'll just book people before they come, and they just braiding hair. They done bought a suitcase with hair.
Wow.
And they coming down here and they braiding hair, and they going back to the U.S. They came down here and made their coins.
There you go.
And they are traveling beautician or traveling loctician.
Oh, man.
It's a market for that here. It's a lot of black people down here that need hair help. Believe me when I tell you. So, you know, people with locks and braids and things like that. 4C, my 4B and 4C hair people. If you do hair or something, send me a shout out. Tia Niki in Merida at gmail.com. Tia Niki in, the letter N, Merida at gmail.com, and let me know if you're a traveling loctician or a traveling beautician, you do braids or something like that, because there's a market for you here, and I would love to talk to you about that. Giving you a place to set up shop where people can come and get their hair done.
I love it.
It's a need.
See that? You see that? Opportunities. Look at her. She making it happen. She ain't waiting on nobody.
And tell us what you need. You know what I'm saying? On Cartess, when you comment, and let me tell you, I want to give a shout out to who called me a badass for driving. Thank you. I was feeling the love. I needed that inspiration. I was feeling kind of badassy. So thank you. But write in the comments the things that you would like to see Cartess cover, that you would like to see me have on my channel, and we'll go get that information and get it to you. Cartess does his thing, he out here on these Merida streets. I'm not going out on the streets, y'all. That's what he did. But in other areas, I got you the Spanish classes, like visitation. I can maybe accommodate some stays if possible, and then getting some of the resources and tools that you need. But we need to know what you want to see or what you need. So when you come here, when I come there, I need this. When I come there, I want to see that. Put it in the comments. Let us know.
Let us know. Any other thing? Any other topics or things you'd like to bring up and talk about?
I'm gonna go into a lot of deep things on my channel, y'all. Y'all know I got to go kind of deep sometimes.
She deep.
I'm pretty deep. So I wanna go into some differences between living in the U.S. and living here. And it's a thought. Cartess often talks about how it's all mental, how this thing that we're doing and moving and all, it starts here. And there's some blocks going on right here. My mother experienced that after being here a month and 9 days. She said, I didn't know how messed up I was in my head.
Wow.
Because it's the thoughts.
Yeah.
It's the thoughts. Those negative thoughts, those self-defeating thoughts. Like Cartess said, it's nothing outside of you.
Yeah.
It's all inside of you. So I want to go into a little bit of that on my channel and how to kind of circumvent some of the issues, how to heal some of the issues, how to pass those fears and take the leap. Because it's not, Cartess channel is Move Abroad and Thrive. It's not just about Merida.
Yeah.
It could be
Colombia, Peru, Thailand, South Africa, wherever you go.
Costa Rica. Other places in Mexico City, Guadalajara, Belize. Like, there's so many options. So I know he's opening up that on his channel because it's Move Abroad and Thrive, not Move to Merida and Thrive, even though we found our place here. I also want to say it won't take you long. I need to say this to people. You do not need to visit here for a month to make a decision.
No.
You don't need. I did it in 8 days. I found my place in 2 days. So it's a difference between coming here because this is a place that you have on your, on your map that you want to move, you want to see about it, and a vacation. It's two totally different things. If you come in here to vacation, be honest with yourself. And if you come in here to actually look for somewhere to live, please do the research. Line your ducks up. Hire somebody to consult you. You cannot do this by yourself. That's how I met Cartess, because I realized I can't come to another country and figure this out. I need somebody on the ground that's there, that knows the in and outs, and can kind of handhold me and guide me through the process. So wherever you get it. Like he said, you can find a place on your own, of course, but why would you cheat yourself out of a great experience by stressing when you don't have to? Get your finances in straight and set aside that budget to take care of you. This is for you.
I love it.
How much do you value you? So don't put a limit on which you invest in yourself. Do not limit yourself. Open it up and take your time. Build, your funds, or build your confidence, or whatever your currency is. Because currency ain't always money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's energy. So get yourself together and then step out on faith. And just get somebody to kind of show you the ropes. To guide you, through what you're trying to do here. Your actual plans. Have a plan.
Man, I love it.
Yeah, that was very helpful for me. Your videos on having a plan, getting guidance, hiring a consultant, asking the questions, having somebody meet you at the airport is vital. You cannot show at the airport and don't know how to speak Spanish and think you're going to get to where you're going. It'll make it frustrating. Don't look at a map and pick somewhere that's close to Merida and not know where it's at.
Yeah.
Ask somebody. And the good thing about Cartess is if you hire him, he will help you, even though after the consultation, he opens it up to like 2 weeks to ask him, I want to stay here. Is this okay? Don't just make rash decisions without knowing what you're doing.
Yeah.
You'll end up spending more money and more time and more energy.
I had a family that was here last week. They did a consultation with me, I think a few months ago, and I didn't know they were coming. They didn't say they were coming until they showed up with an SOS call. You know what I mean? Cartess.
Help me!
Man, we at the airport. The car rental we were supposed to get wasn't here. Then the other place they were going to rent a car from, they say they tried to rip them off. They ended up with an Airbnb down in Progresso. And then on the other side of Progresso, where there were no shops or
you don't want to be there. You don't want to be there.
And so by the time they got there, it was late at night, and they arrived earlier in the day. But by the time they got a taxi to come pick them up and take them back down to that side of town, it was nighttime. They were hungry. They were like, "Where can we get some food?" And I was like, "Hey, I can send y'all. Tell me what you want. I'll send you some food via Rappi."
Yeah.
And just tell me what you want. But they managed to walk, I think they said about a quarter of a mile or 3/4 of a mile, found a little convenience store that had eggs and eggs and bacon. And
eggs and bacon at night.
yeah. And so that was dinner for the night. It was a family of 4.
Wow.
And then the next day, I sent them some car. Well, that night I sent them some car rental places. The guys brought the car rental the following morning, and I met up with them 2-3 days later just to say hello. You know, and they said that, man, I wish we would have got a place inside of Merida versus out here. And you know, so it's little things
that make a difference.
Ask.
Because it affects your experience.
Oh, yeah.
You walk away with a bad experience in a wonderful place, and you don't want to do that.
Oh, yeah. And then they more or less took this off their list and said, Merida's not for me.
See? And it could have very well been for them, but they were just in the wrong place.
Yeah. You know, so ask. And even if you don't ask me or Niki, get in those Facebook groups and ask.
Ask people.
Ask the groups.
What should I do? Where should I stay? Where should I go? What should I, because it'll save you a lot of frustration. It just will.
Yeah.
Don't just look at like Chelm or something and go as close to Merida and think, because it's not. It's not. It could be 30 minutes out, and like Cartess said, it could be in a remote part of that actual city.
Exactly.
Where you're not like this, where everything is right here. You can walk out your door and get you something to drink or get you something. It's beautiful.
Beautiful. Look at that.
Beautiful. And they out here, music still playing.
Yeah,
they still selling
music. They
the Hugos. They still, they still doing it. So, like I said, don't cheat yourself out of a great experience by trying to shortchange yourself.
Yeah.
Whether it be money, time, energy, whatever. Like, take your time. You don't need a month to make a decision.
Yeah.
You can make a decision max 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But probably about 10 days. To really see the city. Because this is a big, small city.
Big, small city.
It's like a small town with a big city feel. It's so much to do here. When you come here, you probably eat out every day. So have a budget for that. Because the food is outstanding. And there are billions of places to eat.
Oh, yeah.
There's so much to do. We just had a county fair here. I won't say county, but state fair. Yucatan State Fair. I believe it's still in town. So we have the fair that comes, carnivals. So if you have family, it's always something to do.
All the time.
Like every day is something to do. And it's not because you have to do it.
Yeah.
It's because you want to do it.
Because you want to do it. And much of it is free or very, very affordable.
Very affordable.
Definitely.
So put that in your mind, in your budget. Especially if you have a family of people coming, it'll be affordable. But make time out to really experience the city as much as you can. And you definitely can make a decision in a short period of time.
I love it.
Yeah, definitely.
So what's that channel name again?
The channel? Follow me on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok. Go to YouTube and subscribe to Tia Niki, the letter N, Merida. Tia Niki, Niki, in Merida. And at Gmail, if you want to shoot me an email, and it's the same handle on all platforms, on Instagram, on TikTok, and on YouTube. Tia Niki, the letter N, Merida.
And scroll down into the description. There's a link there. You can click it and go straight there. I'll also link to the other profiles, TikTok and Instagram as well. Just go straight there and subscribe, follow, share.
Please
and,
share.
You know, and get ready for a lot of information coming your way from Niki. Man, great interview.
Thank you,
I
my
love
friend.
it. I love it.
Definitely.
So y'all get on out here, check things out, ask questions, let us know what you need, and we're here to help in any way we can.
Absolutely. We got y'all back.
We got it. We got you. Thank y'all for watching. As usual, if this content has been helpful, consider making a donation. I got the Cash App on the screen. That's all as well in the description. And go subscribe to her page and start following her. And
I appreciate y'all too. I want to let you know your comments have made all the difference. I read them. I like them. I haven't responded to a few because I was waiting to get my channel so you would know who's responding. But I see each and every comment. I appreciate each and every view. The views are crazy. I never thought 3,000 views on some of our 5,000 views on some of our some of our content, some of the videos, the Cartess that I have made together, and it's been life-changing. So I want to tell each one of y'all I appreciate you and thank you for your support. Because even though I made it look easy, it's been, a lot of guts. It takes a lot of courage to do a lot of this. I have it, and so do you.
You got it. You got it.
Yep.
I love it. Awesome. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Deuces.
Hey.